All right, and welcome everybody to Animera. So this is just going to be a quick tutorial about the different places you can go here in town, just so that it's a little bit of more new player friendly, so that you can find the different shops, the different spell teachers, the different places that you're going to need to go, to progress through the story, to progress through the actual town itself. So first person here in Enigma City is going to be Anna Friend. Now this NPC here, until you're level 75, he'll give you different options to talk to. He'll be able to teleport you to the depot, to the shops, to your spell teacher, just by saying simple words such as spell teacher, and then you'll tell him yes. He is also one of the main starting NPCs for your storyline, and your storyline will consist of coming up and talking to the boat captain. You'll have your own little special document inside of your bag that will allow you to actually start the first story. You'll come up to the actual boat docks, come up here, talk to Devin over here, tell Devin that you need to do proof, and Devin will take you on a little journey to start the beginning missions of the first portion of the story. So my next options we're going to get into is I'm just going to quickly walk around the town. And as we walk around the town, I'm going to show you the different spell teachers. There is a bunch of different spell teachers, so we're going to just have a little quick run around. So this would be the first one. This guy right here is going to be the spell teacher for the Conjurer class. That class, specializes in, summoning different things, ice elementals, fire elementals, that sort of thing. So if you enjoy just being, a summoner as a mage, that'd be a pretty fun class to go to. Next, we're going to come down to the Druid's Guild. This will be the NPC that'll teach you all your Druid spells. And then we're going to keep on coming around the same pathway that's around this way. Because here we're going to have kind of a double hitter. So you got the Boss Hunters Guild, which when you progress through the actual story, so that if you do accidentally get lost, after you do the portion with Devin, and Devin's done with you, this guy right here is the guy that you're going to talk to. He will continue on with your actual storyline chapter. The story is very important because it helps you obtain your second promotion, more skill points, so that you can continue on getting stronger with your actual character builds. And then coming back out here, this is going to be the Knights Guild right here. So he'll give you the different knight spells. Down here is going to be the Dark Knight teacher, or the Black Knight, excuse me. And then coming back upstairs, we're going to come around this way up here. And this is where, Grizzly Adams is going to be. So your tasker. Go upstairs here. This is going to be where the Demon Hunter spells are going to be. So Demon Hunters are more or less on the lines of a paladin, but they use, dark and fire versus, holy. And then they also, instead of using bow and arrows and crossbows, they use, actual weapons such as, rifles, shotguns, Uzis, RPGs, that's on that different types of things. Coming up here, you're going to be in the depot / the bank. Then you have the train car system, which will lead you to the temple. You can take it over to the shops, which is directly across the street. Just gotta open up the doors. You have your pally shop. And who else? You got bullets for the demon hunter in this place. Stones for training. And then you have the Viper Stars. Now, the Viper Stars are not going to be for the Pally. You got furniture food, tools, soya so that you can sell some of that extra crap too. You got your potions merch. Same thing with rods, wands. Coming out of there, we're going to run over here. This is going to be where the paladin trainer and the rogue trainer. So now we're going to dip back down to the south here. Here you'll have where you can get your first horse mount. And there's also a blind witch in there who will buy all your creature products. So if you're just a little sparse on gold, you can always go there. Now, when you hit around level 50, you get your first pet. Everyone comes with a pet when they first get it. So, come up to this little lady here. Hi. Exchange. Cap that. Change. It'll allow you to pick whichever weapon or, well, yeah, essentially it is a weapon. They all have different aspects after they hatch. So, Frost Baby Dragon does, ice damage, Jackrabbit's quick. And then the one I use the most is going to be my little Sacred here. Little Sacred here does holy damage plus it heals you. Now, the passives for these pets do not work unless you're actually targeting something. Once you're targeting something, it'll give you the different bonuses. Now, there is an array of different pets that you can get. Every time you open up an egg, you have a chance to get a different pet. So they come with different options for the pets. Come up here. Just walk around all that crap. Now, for people that want to be a samurai, you're going to be looking over here on this wall. Sword Dancer is going to be your actual spell teacher. Now, remember, I know some of these places are going to be a little confusing at first. Up until you're level 75, remember, Anifriend will teleport you for free. After you're level 75, he expects you to know where you're going a little bit, so makes it a little bit easier to just remember exactly where your spell trainer is. And then if you have any issues trying to remember where some of the spell trainers are, just come back to the video and just kind of jump through it real quick. So now we're going to go towards the north side of the kingdom. This is where you're going to have your first promotion. This is where the Forgotten King will be. And then for the 3 hybrid classes. 3 hybrid classes are going to be, their trainers will be down over here. This will be for the 3 hybrid classes. So he teaches the Rebel, the Monk, and the Battle Mage. Now, another cool thing about this is if you go and you just tell him, buy all, and then you hit yes, he'll take your gold, and he'll sell you all the spells up to whichever level you are. He's not going to sell you all the spells up to your level 700 mark, only up to whatever your actual physical level is. Then we're going to run. We're going to hit least, but never dull. Over here, this would be our Sorcerer's Guild. So he will teach the sorcerers their different spells. After that, we're going to make one quick little pathway over to... look at that seagull. This dude right here is your owner. So coming down here, these are going to be the experience rooms. These experience rooms will be for earlier levels, so 0 to 300, 300 to 700, 700 plus. Once you're past the actual level, so 300, 500, or if 300 and 700, it will no longer allow you into these two side rooms. Now, one big thing that you have to kind of, be aware of is in these rooms, you do have a bot that comes with the actual with the client. The auto targeting system does not actually work in these three rooms. Now, another cool side note is for the automatic pet that you have here. So anytime you log in, if you're outside of PZ, the pet will automatically conjure itself, so that you don't have to worry about continuously coming up here and clicking the call pet button. Same thing with demon hunters. For demon hunters, if you have the Conjar reload ammunition on, it'll automatically reload your guns for you, which is another, pretty cool feature of the bot that he has on here. Come down here. These are going to be your beginning level spawns. 1 through the 90 mark. Then when you come up to here is when you're going to start to see a little bit higher level monster. Now, these spawns just do all have, something that's a little bit higher level in them. It's meant so that you kind of branch yourself out and go hunt the actual islands that are, surrounding Enigma City. So that you go over to the different places where, Devin would take you. Because there's far more experience in other areas than there is here. This is going to be the dungeon system here. Come up here, talk to this gentleman here. Tell him you want to go do some stuff. You could do it with a party. You could do it by yourself. It's really up to you. You got the train system, which will take you to the other half of the beginning portion, beginning island. So come up here, just talk to the dude. And it takes you over here to another smaller town. It's a pretty cool little area. Going back. Here is going to be where you would do your what's called ball scrolls. So they're scrolls that will fall into the ground, just like you'll have like morph runes, different types of random things that'll drop on the ground that your bot cannot automatically pick up. It's more or less so that you can, you have something because you're actively playing instead of you just, botting the whole time. So you'll never really get a whole lot of places just completely botting always, because you'll never be able to pick up the items when they drop and stuff like that. So you use the boss scroll, you throw the boss scroll up there, it'll lock these doors over here, and it will spawn the boss. So you can run out the room, but that's going to be about it. So either run out the room, you get one shot. Your choice. This is going to be the waypoint system. So depending on where you unlock different waypoints in different sections of the actual the main island, will have different waypoints. These do have a 60-minute cooldown. So when you click on there and you go to, we'll say, Smuggler's Cave, well, you can't use that teleport to the Smuggler's Cave again for another 60 minutes. You have the Gladiator Arena, which will allow you to get a small treasure. Sometimes upgrade tokens, stuff like that. So that you can upgrade your weapons, upgrade your different equipments, and stuff like that. Island of Legends. And then you have your trainers. Take a little train cart down here. In this room here will be your first section of trainers. Now, in this room, you have enhanced mana regeneration. So you will regenerate mana without having to eat food and stuff like that. It only works in these rooms. So this is where you would do your spell training and different things like that. You'll do it in this room. Down here is going to be more or less your one-on-one, sword, shield, that kind of fun jazz. Now, my personal preference, I usually say if you don't need to train your shielding, I always use these in here because of the fact that you can constantly train your mana while you're doing it without having to worry about food or having runes on you or having a different aspects that you're going to need to continuously regain that mana. So that's just usually my preference. I go there. This guy right here will give you a bonus to experience, loot, and skills. This room here, if you read outside, said this room's going to be for your training. So these guys hit you a whole lot faster than a normal trainer would. So you come up, you get close to there, they'll do a little bit of smack, and I know you can't really see with that, so let me trade this out. They'll do a little bit of hitting on you. And this is for shielding. Down here will be where you will train your magic resist. They will constantly hit you with magic damage so that you can train your magic resist skills. Magic resist and shielding, your defense type skills, are very important in this game. Because if you don't have any, you will get dusted, and you will get dusted quick. You could, check my character log for that, for verification on that. I get dusted quite often. This is just more or less the backside that just takes you to the outside of the actual town. Come back up and around. Now, one thing I didn't hint on were these daily chests here. You do them every day, and the actual reward will kind of build up each day. You have a chance from getting, scraps, garbage, to training weapons all the way at the top, so that you can train your skills faster. All the training weapons will give you, these all can be looted. All these training weapons here give you, faster. It's like 300% for sorting, axing, and clubbing, 400% for the snowball, which is distance, 400% for the attack speed on the glove. The scepter burns 20%. It burns an additional 20% bonus mana. So that changes your magic level. You got your gold set right here, so that if you're a little sparse on some gear, you can get that. Now everything that is in these tabs are lootable in the game, which actually it makes this pretty neat because you can actually just go out and you can find them off of different monsters. Same thing with bosses. Bosses drop the different type of, we'll say, quote unquote, donation items, even though everything in this game is droppable. Then, like I said, the only thing that's really left is you have up above the actual towns, the temple's DP, you got the train system. Train system takes you to different portions of the town. Go to the north of the town, so it takes you to where the king is. Go back, you can go all the way to the shops with the train. Makes it a little bit easier, faster to travel around if you don't feel like walking. And that would be, give or take, around it for just the tutorial's sake. If anyone has any questions, feel free to, hit me up in the game. Let me know if you need help with anything. And I'm sure that, me or any of my peers can give you a hand. Have a great day, guys.